Hi Cancer, I'm Jude. Welcome to your weekly reading. Cancer, this is a reading for the week of the 31st of March. And I have to say there's been some glitchy stuff going on with your reading this week. I don't know why, but this is my third go at getting your reading out into the ether. So fingers and toes crossed. The energy you've been in, the Magician, I'm not surprised to see these two big, massive cards here. It's been tricky getting your reading together. I did it about 3 times, and then when it was up, there was something glitching, and I thought, no, I'm just taking it down, doing it again. We'll see what's meant to come up. If those cards were meant to come out, they'll come out again. If they're not, if it's changed. It feels like things are changing, and with the Magician here, this is the manifesting card, and under the deck, Judgment says there's a massive wake-up call here. You're at a huge fork in the road. These are 2 really big cards, and it's like you know it's time to change something, and you're working on it, Cancer, is what I feel. It's big. It feels really dramatic, without being too dramatic, but you know, that's what it's coming through as. So let's have a look at the week of the 31st. What have we got for Cancer, please? For Cancer. I'm glad you can see these cards falling out, because you can't make that up. The Tower. Yeah. Big, dramatic, game-changing, polar flip kind of energy. I'm really not surprised to see that, Cancer. The Chariot, the card of Cancer. Oh my God, I've got goosebumps. I feel like I need to stay grounded. You've had 4 cards come out, and all 4 have been majors. Okay, what else for Cancer, please? This is the week. Another major. The World card, chapter closing. I wanted to choose that. It didn't drop, but I saw it was the Knight of Swords. If it's meant to come out, it will. For Cancer, please, the week of the 31st. 5 of Wands. Yeah, things are changing, Cancer. Things are changing. Queen of Cups. That's your energy, Cancer. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Anything else for Cancer, please? Would be helpful for them to know this week. Justice. Thank God. Under the deck, the Ace of Cups. And under that, the 3 of Pentacles. And I felt drawn to look. Because, you know, when a tower exists in a reading, it's about something coming down. A structure, a way of life, a dynamic, a job, a business, a workplace, a something, a home, a something. And because these are so broad and so general, it would be different stories for everyone. But when there's a tower, it says, out with the old. And I love that you've got a 3 of Pentacles over here, because this is about building a new tower. So, let's get into it. The week of the 31st. So we had you over here going, yes, this is what I want. I'm calling in these things. And there's a game changer here. This is the Tower energy, says something sudden and unexpected comes up. I actually just posted about this on my Instagram, if you follow my social media. So it's interesting. The day I'm recording this is the day I posted about the Tower, was the random card that came out for the collective. It says there's something here, an idea, an event, a person, something comes in, and it's an absolute game changer, Cancer. Dramatic, plates in the air, this changes everything. I didn't see this coming kind of vibe. But with it, you get the clarity, I feel, about what you're doing and how you're moving forward. Because the Chariot is the card of Cancerians in the tarot. So this is you in your power, you in your own energy going, yes, And you know, Cancer, when you get your head and your heart lined up, you are very aligned, and you have a really strong inner discipline where you move forward, and it closes out a chapter or a cycle. Now it feels, with the Five of Wands here, I feel this is the challenge. I don't actually think any of the other cards are the challenge. I think the Five of Wands is. And this can be an internal process, or it can be people you're dealing with around you. But the Five of Wands says there's different energies. So there's a conflicted vibe going on here. So somewhere here, this is the challenge of either you're internally conflicted, or there's other people around you kind of pushing and pulling and jostling in different directions. But the energy here from the cards is to stay cool. Stay in that beautiful Cancerian vibe of, I've got this, I know what I'm doing, I'm just going to sit quietly, I'm going to go and meditate by the sea, I'm just going to stay calm. Because Justice says you could be dealing with something legal, you could be dealing with a lawyer, you could be dealing with a Libran. But Justice says, look at the facts, look at the truth. There's a big consequence to the choice you're making. And I'm not saying that lightly. It does feel like quite a dramatic decision. And there's a consequence to it. There's a balance here at play. And it's a big choice where you need to look at all the facts and all the truth in a really kind of, I want to say almost harsh way, but I don't mean to be harsh. But you've got to look at it and see it for the truth that it is. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we had Judgment as well, 6 major cards. I'm not surprised to see it, Cancer. It's big. All right, I'm going to close your reading out with a message and a little bit of guidance from Spirit here for you. Under the deck, the Lovers, which doesn't necessarily... and under that, the Wheel of Fortune. I had to look, didn't I? The Knight of Wands is sitting under that with the Star. I'm going to stop at that because I could just keep going. The Knight of Wands talks about moving forward with a lot of passion and energy. It could be also about shifting, changing house, moving address, literally. But we've got, and when the Wheel of Fortune exists in a reading with Justice, often that's a card for me that you might hear something from a lawyer. There might be, this is very general, but sometimes it's, you receive something from a will. Just saying. That's sometimes what that can be for me. Remember, this is general. It may not apply. What else have we got for you here? The Magician, repeating. What is it you want, Cancer? The Magician reminds us of our personal power and says, when we get clear, we get the clarity, and we take inspired action, we have the potential, the possibility of bringing things in. And you have a lot of, this is action. This is the inspiration. This is action. This is clarity. And the Page of Pentacles says there's an offer or an opportunity here. And it's your choice whether you take it or not, Cancer, but it's big. It's massive. And I know I've gone on for quite a long reading today for you guys, but it is here. Oh, well, as well. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for Judgment, 8, 9 major cards, and an Ace for new beginnings. You're, according to these cards, Cancer, you're at a very big pivot point about ending something, closing something, moving on, but in a really empowered way. What I'm loving seeing here, and I just feel like I need to mention it because there's not one sword in any of these cards. They're major. Oh, and there's the 10th major card. They're major cards. it's Aquarius, Libra. You're in here as Cancerians, Gemini. There's a lot of people around you maybe, but it's a reading that says this is the week, Cancer. It's a huge, huge game-changing week, and everything changes, and the question comes back to, what do you want, Cancer? Because it sort of feels like it's all in the palm of your hands. And the fact that there's no swords, the only sword I can see is in the card of Justice. So this might be the communication you receive from a lawyer or someone, but it's not like you're in your head. You're in your heart, and you're in your true Cancerian energy. That's what I can see. If you'd like a personal reading, head to my website. Otherwise, I hope you have a fabulous week, Cancer. It just looks amazing. It's incredibly exciting what I can see in these cards. And as I said, I had 3 goes before of putting your reading up, and it just wasn't right, and things were happening with it.